In today's episode, we'll be leaving the usual world. We'll be flying up high up into the skies into the magical world of one block SKYBLOCK. This block will always generate random types of block every time you destroy it. One wrong move or a little slip and you fall into the world and it's surely game over. This is 100 Days Minecraft Hardcore, one block SKYBLOCK. Enjoy! Just a quick note, 69% of my viewers haven't subscribed, and there's always awesome content posted on this channel. A sub would be truly amazing, and hitting that notification bell would truly be legendary. Everything has to start somewhere, and well, we're at day 1. Me and this lonely piece of block. As much as I hate being told what to do, well, it says break the block below you. And I gotta say I have mixed feelings about this block, but more about that later on this video. Having a bit of a phobia for heights really doesn't help in this SKYBLOCK world. We got our first few wooden blocks, and on top of that, every so often we get these chests. Sometimes they're good, like this one here. Sapling, that's gonna be really important. But sometimes, they're pretty trash. I also got 2 eggs, which hopefully will generate some chickens. Enlarge your platform, see? Being told what to do again. I kinda agree on that point though, so I crafted some wooden planks. I made my first crafting table and I used it as my first, well, bit of platform. Made a wooden axe as well as a shovel. Started breaking some more blocks and my first animal popped up. It was a pig. And I gotta say this platform is way too small for the 2 of us, so I quickly enlarged it to avoid the random chance of having this pig accidentally push me down. That wouldn't be the best way to start the episode. I also used the dirt and the sapling to plant my very first tree. This pig was starting to get overly attached, so I decided to push him a little bit further away. Got our second chest, and this one's not bad. Our very first seeds and 1 apple. To be honest, not too much use of the seeds unless I actually get some water to farm it with. And not long after, my prayer's been answered. 3rd chest and water bucket. That's gonna be super useful. Never thought I'd be so happy to see a bucket of water. So I enlarged my platform just a little bit, and I placed my bucket of water in the middle of a farm area, but it disappeared. Turns out it probably ended up under the slab. I'm glad I didn't lose the water though, that would have been bad. I tilled the soil and I planted my very first 2 seeds. Got my first achievement as well. A seedy place. Gotta say this pig's making me hungry, but he's my only friend right now, so I'm gonna delay killing him till a bit later. We got our second chest, and these ones usually mark the end of a phase. Got a lot of oak logs and my very first torch, as well as a sapling. I wanted to enlarge my platform and then realized using dirt was probably not a good idea. I mean, wouldn't want to lose any of the dirt in SKYBLOCK since they're pretty hard to get, especially early on. But I'm really happy that I got a piece of torch right before nighttime. Planted my second sapling, and now it's time to enter the second phase of one block SKYBLOCK. The plains, enough flowers and trees grow here to last a lifetime. Things were starting to get a little bit more cramped, so I decided to enlarge my platform again. And by the way guys, I decided to go against the norm of using circles in a SKYBLOCK world, and we're gonna use, well, anything but circles. I do have an idea in mind, I'll show you it. Now that we have our second pig, I hope that first one won't be too clingy. Got my very first melon seeds and I decided to enlarge my farm just a little bit. Soon after, we also got our very first cow. I wanted to kill it to grab some skin, but soon after, I found a chest with 2 pieces of leather. Good timing. The extra sapling is always much welcome. It's time to grow more trees, as this build will be very wood intensive. We also got our first sheep. I needed to get the sheep out of the way just a little bit, and then Bruh. That was kinda unpleasant. We're missing 1 animal though, and we finally got it. A chicken. Oh, you know what? There's 2. Didn't have any sleep yet, and on day 3 we finally got a birch sapling. Finally, a different kind of wood. Gonna need that for my build. Got another birch sapling on my next chest, as well as 2 seeds. It's time to ramp up the tree planting process, and this pig's, he's sort of in danger because if a tree just grows while he's up there, he actually dies. I'm not sure if you know that. I decided to enlarge the platform, and so far we're only using oak wood. And finally, after a while, my very first tree grew. I paused my SKYBLOCKing, and it's time to just quickly break the tree and grab as much wood and new saplings as possible. Went back to the SKYBLOCK, and at nighttime, we finally got the final chest of this phase, and we got our very first grass block, which will be pretty useful in case we need to spread grass. I went back to enlarging my platform, and pretty soon we'll have a whole full chunk filled with slabs. It was starting to get really crowded out there, so I decided to make a little platform and move my animals to this side over here. Well, okay, I think that's a pretty decent size. We'll start moving them over. But first of all, let's get to the next phase. And the upgrade comes in 1 second. And now we're in phase 2. Crafted myself a wooden pickaxe, broke the stone, and we're finally in Stone Age. This also means we get access to better tools, so I crafted a stone pickaxe and axe, and I also got my very first iron. Now comes the scary part. I borrowed the water from the farm, and I made a little waterfall, swam under the skyblock, and I made a little platform down there, just for extra security in case something bad happens. And you know what? Something bad did happen right after. I just realized that that new platform I made didn't have any lighting, and 4 creepers spawned on that side. A bit of a nightmare for me. Okay, we gotta deal with this. Oh no, oh no. Don't blow up. Okay, one down, one down. No, don't hit the trees. No, no. Oh gosh. Well, oh man. Can't help but feel like the whole farm's staring at me right now. Well, we survived that, and none of the trees died nor the animals. Just a few slabs. We're okay. We're okay. Not long after, I got my very first mushroom. Unlimited food. This is gonna be awesome. I gotta say, this is getting really cramped. I better move them out now. So I torched up the area just across before nighttime, just to make sure no mobs spawn there anymore. I also lit up my main base, cooked my 2 iron, and got my 2 first iron ingots and made some shears, because I wanted to break these leaves and use the leaf blocks as part of the building material. And I can start shearing the sheep as well, which means I can craft my very first bed, and on day 5, I can finally have my first cozy night of sleep. Not bad. Nice little sunrise the next day, and well, it's time to move on and start building some more stuff. Tree farming will be super essential, and I farmed my very first birch wood blocks. The growth is exponential. The faster you destroy the trees, the more saplings you get and the more wood you have. I also finished my little farm area here, and I placed each animal in its own section. I farmed some more wood again, went back to my skyblock, and got surprised by my very first hostile mob. Didn't think any would spawn that early in the phases. Started some more tree chopping. There's gonna be a lot of that in this episode, and I got my next chest, which is kind of garbage, but the leather is much appreciated. My tree farm got a lot bigger at this point, and I did notice an interesting mechanism here. Whenever you have a sapling, it won't grow until there's actually a free space on adjacent blocks. So as I was farming the trees, as soon as I destroyed one of them, a new one would grow. Now that I have a truckload of wood, it's time to start building our next platform on the second chunk. And I do want to clear out the main area ASAP. It's just way too crowded there. It's time to move the pig and the chicken away as well. It was getting late, so it's time to just take a quick nap before we enter the next day. And I quickly finished the final platform. I know it looks like trash right now, guys, but it's gonna look kind of cool. And if you want to know where I got the inspiration for this build, it's from the Bowery Steep Well, coming from Jaipur, India. Never been there, but well, I saw it in the Batman movies. Looks kind of cool. So we're gonna use these sort of step designs, guys, but we're gonna make the platforms a lot bigger, because otherwise we won't have any space to build on. But basically, it's gonna be stairways after stairways after stairways, and the new platforms on top of new platforms with some room underneath. Not sure how this is gonna translate into a final design when it finishes, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. So I built these little hallways, entrances to the lower platforms underneath, and now it's time to start finishing the top layers. We're gonna finish our very first module here. Pretty soon it's gonna take shape, and we're gonna start being able to visualize what the final build will look like. That's pretty much it for this side right here. We're still taking a little bit of a break from doing the skyblock, and it's time to just keep chopping down these trees, get some more wood planks, turn them into slabs, and start building the next area of our base. To break the monotony, I needed to use a different kind of slab for this other area, so we're gonna alternate between oak planks and birch planks for this build. We finished the upper floor for the second area, and I also placed my dirt blocks on the roofs and on this side here, and I placed my grass block as well, so that we can start getting some grass for the sheep. It's time to get some more wool. And it's also time to start cleaning up this area down here as well. It's a bit of a mess. I moved all the dirt blocks and the trees to the second floor, and now it's starting to look pretty neat. The build is starting to take shape. Well, everything except that farm area down there. I need to clear that up pretty soon. This looks like one of those Team Trees videos, to be honest. Well, this is how it looks so far. Not bad. I'm doing my oak trees on one side, and I'm gonna do my birch trees on the other, but I don't have enough saplings just yet, so placed some oak there just to maximize efficiency. And after a big break from the skyblock, I think it's time to start mining. Maybe get ourselves to the next phase. Gotta say, I love that symmetry. And I can imagine things are gonna look pretty cool when we add some more layers on top of this one. I built a little dirt stairway leading up to this sheep pen down here. I'm hoping the grass will spread down there, through this little hole here. We're gonna have to wait for that though, it's gonna take a while. I also moved my storage area, it's now inside, over here. It's time to move the farm too, and place it in this corner right here. Was about to mine the skyblock again, but then I got distracted and wanted to do the trees again. I crafted some bowls and I finally grabbed mushrooms too. One of the best sources of food. The only drawback being the fact that, well, it takes up a lot of inventory space. But well, free food early on. Not gonna complain. We also have our very first baby mushroom. Looking cute, but I'm gonna have to skin you for leather soon. Got our next chest. Pretty trashy. Not much in here. Not long after. Panic time. I accidentally placed that block there and poor little rabbits. They died. They weren't gonna be much of any use though, so I didn't mind them dying anyway. And second creeper, not long after. These guys are dangerous. I don't have any armor, so well, I could die from the explosion. Could also easily die from falling from the sky. So I had to be really careful. Had him killed, and it's time to go back to the skyblock again. I got my very first spruce sapling. Now we can do this build with 3 tones. I can already imagine the next floors being built in spruce. This is gonna look good. This is gonna look good. Back to farming again. Next creeper. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, I actually used leaf blocks on the side just to prevent me from accidentally falling. These creepers are getting old and I decided to just craft some more iron when I realized that my base wasn't properly lit and a baby zombie spawned out of nowhere. I crafted my very first shield, found another creeper, quickly dispatched it again. And these chests are getting pretty trashy. Well, so far, it's looking pretty green. All my oak trees are fully grown on one side and my birch trees are getting ready on the other side. And in case you're wondering why I have dirt not level with the ground, I just don't want to lose dirt. Just in case. Anyway, it's time to craft our very first iron gear. Boots first. Day 13 and all I have is one iron boot and a shield. If it's taking this long to just get iron gear, I wonder how hard it's gonna be to get diamond armor. That's gonna be challenging. And finally on day 13, my spruce tree finally grew. And I did something kind of stupid here. So yeah. I used shears on the leaves. If you know why that's dumb, let me know in the comments. Like, pause now and let me know. Like now. So I ended up putting the leaves back up. In case you don't know why, it's because I need the saplings. But lucky for me, I found 3 spruce saplings on my very next chest. It's as if the skyblock was redeeming me for my idiocy. Did some more farming and I finally got my very first wolf. Didn't have any bones to tame it just yet, so I made a little, well, probably the worst wolf house in the world. But oh well. I went to check on my sheep and it turns out the grass already spread down here, which is pretty good. I can start getting wool now. I met my very first stray on day 16 and I lured it back into this safe room back here. I wanted to play it safe because I was taking quite a lot of damage, considering I don't have any armor yet. Found some gold, so I had to craft an iron pickaxe, grabbed the gold, and well, an Arctic fox spawned and killed my baby chicken. As cute as these guys are, well, they're kinda annoying, so I had to chase them down. And well, sorry about that, but not a fan, not a fan. Had enough iron to craft an iron helmet, so I did that, have 2 pieces of armor now. Found 2 strays who were eager enough to just fight each other off, so well, that's that. Not soon after, I found this big guy. I'm glad I didn't accidentally hit him. That would have been bad. I didn't want him breaking my farm. He almost did that, so I locked him inside my safe room. I just realized that I shouldn't really let these strays fall into the sky, because they drop bones. And you know what? I could use the bones to tame that wolf. So I gave it a little try and luckily enough, well, BFFs. As much as I wanted the wolf to protect me, I decided he would be safer in here with the polar bear. And that polar bear has a bit of a death wish. It's time to craft our 3rd piece of armor, and now, well, we're pretty well decked. Still need some pants though. I also took the time to decorate and made some defenses on the skyblock as well. Made some walls, pillars, and a ceiling. People tell me it's a pretty good idea to have that. I also found a partner for my other wolf. Didn't have enough bones to tame it just yet, so we'll do that later. I enlarged my farm, added more seeds. Gotta get things growing a lot faster. And here's what my base looks like so far. Chopped some more trees because I wanted to add more layer. We're fully focused on spruce now, folks. And while I was farming, I was gonna check on my sheeps, and I just realized I had this part of my platform that wasn't well lit up. And some creepers spawned, so I had to carefully lure them in. Well, one of the creepers pushed the other one down. I'm good with that. Killed the other one, and I quickly lit up the area as well. I did a whole lot of wood chopping here. I think that was almost 2 full days, and then I started doing the second floor. And now, as you can see, things are taking shape. I'm also completing the modules on the side, and now we have 2 full floors. Gotta say, I'm loving how it looks. Now it's time to figure out what to do with this space. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I have some ideas already. And hey, if you've watched this far, why not give a little subscribe, a like, and maybe say hi in the comment section. That'd be really great. Alright, without further ado, let's continue with the build. Still got a lot of work to do. Now that I have that grassy area done on the second floor, thought it would be a good idea to just move my sheep upstairs. There's a lot of space here. They can eat all the grass that they want, and I can start breeding my sheep up over on this area. Since I only have 2 sheep and I don't think I can get any more anytime soon, I decided to just wall off the sides of the area with leaves. It's still relatively cheaper than using wood. I gotta save all the wood that I can. Started shearing for wool because we're gonna need a whole heck of a lot of wool for later. And now it's time to complete the flooring area of the build. I added 2 more modules on the center, and then finally 1 last module at the very top. Really happy with how things look so far. Oh, I got some potatoes earlier, so I started farming them as well. I don't have any carrots yet though. On top of that, I only have 1 pig, so I can't really breed them. So we're gonna have to make do with what we have. Get as much sheep as possible, get as much wool as possible. I also moved one of the mushrooms out just to make it easier for me to refill my bowl. And that way, I only need to carry 1 bowl instead of filling up my inventory. Got another chest with 3 rabbit hides and 1 gold ingot. And on the very last chest of this phase, we finally got our very first ice block, which means we can finally get unlimited water. So I just placed the block, I broke it, destroyed the center block right here, and finally unlimited water. That's gonna be really good for expanding our farms and for whatever else. And for my goals today, we're gonna need a much larger farm, and more wool, and more sheep, and more leather. So there's gonna be a lot of that here. So on day 24, I finally built my next farms. Exact same shape, but on the second floor. I grabbed some more wool, and I also went to my base and made an extra spot for my unlimited water, just for safekeeping. In case I screw up, it's gonna be really hard to get more water. Here's how things look so far. I added slabs on the farm to make it easier to walk up without breaking the blocks, and I added 2 more farms on the second layer. Not sure what I'm gonna do with the 3rd and 4th floor just yet, but we'll figure it out. And going back down to the bottom floor, I gotta say things look pretty good from down here as well. That symmetry and all the stairways leading all the way up and the greeneries surrounding the outer edges. Looking good. I apparently didn't light up my base well enough and a creeper spawned down in the corner. I was hoping my wolf would take care of it, but apparently he doesn't really care too much about me. That creeper exploding over there would have been catastrophic. All my plants and my 2 wolves. Anyways, the next phase, the ocean phase. We found our very first turtle, and I decided to just keep him at the back of my animal farm. And I also found my very first diamond on day 26. I mean, that's a heck of a lot of time to get 1 diamond. Well, it is what it is. I also did something really important at this step. I made a waterfall down from the side of my base, and I added stone slabs underneath my base. This is gonna be super important just in case a creeper blows up at the wrong spot. And I gotta say, my little wolf there looks pretty lonely. I need to tame that other one, maybe breed them pretty soon. A little bit of water seeped down from the top of my sheep farm area. Well, he's enjoying his shower, so I'll let him be. I grabbed some of the dirt because I needed to use this to start making more farms. And besides, that was too much dirt for the sheeps anyway. And now, I have 6 of these farm modules done, and pretty soon, we're gonna be having a lot of potatoes. And wheat. I'm gonna need a lot of them. We sheared some more sheeps as well, but we were running low on wheat, so I need to farm more of that pretty soon. Found another one of those trashy chests, dried kelp. Kinda useless, but the seagrass was kinda nice. I found some fish, And I think I'm gonna try and keep them and use them for maybe make a little pond or like an aquarium or something. But that's for later, that's for later. The sheep is probably getting a bit bored of looking at me and having me trim their wool. Anyone want to make a guess why I need so much wool and so much potatoes as well? It actually serves one goal. Well, we'll see pretty soon. I decided to start grabbing the fish as well, and I temporarily placed them on this little, well, I don't want to even call it a pond. I don't know what this is, but I grabbed the fish. Found a chest with some corals, which is going to be really nice if we start decorating our little pond later. I filled the entire skyblock area with water, just in case we get some nice fish, but instead, a guardian popped up. These guys are nasty. Well, at least they don't give the debuff on this world, because that would have been really annoying. Killed that one, got my very first prismarine, and I decided for safety, I may as well just destroy these blocks. So if something nasty pops up, I can just shove them down. Just like that. Off you go, buddy. Went back to the skyblock, found another chest, and this time, well, it's still kind of trashy, but sea pickles aren't too bad. It's gonna be good for decoration. I also pulled off another turtle to this back area over here. Just need 2 more for a full set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But my base was starting to get a little cramped, so I just decided to shove that one over. And I also found a trident. Not too useful. Not long after, another monster party. And this one included the super annoying guardians. I decided to just track back just a little bit, because usually in normal worlds, these guys hurt a lot. But apparently when you don't have a gazillion of them shooting at you at once, they're quite okay. They're quite okay. I don't like them destroying my plants. That's one thing for sure. My trusty wolf joined the fight, helped me shove that guardian over. It's a good thing he didn't fall as well. As for these drowned, well, they're sort of stuck. I guess my defense mechanism is working pretty well. Not long after that, I found another block of diamond, which ain't bad at all. I'm gonna need a lot more of those, that's for sure. I found a music chest, and well, curious stuff inside. Paper is gonna be really useful, but for the rest of these items, didn't really care much for them. Got a few tridents and fish, went back to my farm, gotta prepare the slaughterhouse. I also sorted my items. Important stuff, garbage, weapons, wood, food, rocks. Like and sub. Not sure what that chest is for. Also got one for ocean stuff. The reason I didn't use item frames just yet is, well, they're kinda pricey. I need the leather for other stuff first. And yeah, if you haven't already, go give it a sub. Anyway, base is shaping up. That whole stairwell concept is working out great. I also used the prismarine that I found to make a little pool in the middle. Very original. Pretty sure no other YouTuber has ever made a pool in a skyblock. Sarcasm aside though, it's one of the natural order of things. You get your ocean stuff from the prismarines and stuff and turtles. You just want to make a pool. I decided to make mine a bit different. And well, it's a pool inside a sheep farm. Anyway, off to the dangerous bit. Breaking these blocks. I fall, I die. And being afraid of heights doesn't make this any easier for me. Gotta tread carefully here, and I decided to just start filling in the blocks before breaking the last ones. I also have enough materials to craft exactly 2 sea lanterns, and I think it'll look awesome inside the pool. I also did a few runs back to base with my buckets to fill them up with fish and take him to the pond. I mean, you can hardly call this bit an aquarium over here, so that pool will suit these fish a lot better. Went back to my pond, or pool, whatever you want to call it, and dumped my fish in. And I gotta say, looks pretty good. I mean, aside from the fact that there's sheep next to the pool, it looks just like every other YouTuber's skyblock pool. Well, I guess that little touch of a glass on the bottom is kind of cool. Now that I took some cinematic shots of it, I gotta say, it actually looks pretty good. Just needs some more decoration. This is probably the first full circle that I actually made on this build. I'm really trying to think out of the box and get out of the circle norm for these skyblock builds. Things are starting to take shape, and I've got a lot of creative ideas running in my head. I think we're gonna go for a sort of a naturey theme here. I don't want to spoil too much, but just wait and see. I do love how the quarter circle farms are encircling that pool, as well as the other platforms on the base. Looks pretty good. I also did a quick run at harvesting all of the potatoes, because I'm gonna need a lot of them. I'm guessing you probably know why. I even put my potatoes into the important stuff chest, just to signify how important it's gonna be. for what we're gonna do next. And that is a whole lot of potatoes. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 8 stacks. And we got to the next phase of the skyblock. Let's see. Jungle dungeon. Hidden by ancient trees and covered in vines lies a dungeon? How do you have a dungeon here? I'm not sure how that works. But I did get parrots. You know what? I've never actually tamed these folks before. So I decided to give it a try. Took a lot of seeds, no wonder it didn't work the last time I did it in my world. Apparently these guys eat a lot. Now that I have 2 of them tamed, I just had to put one of them on my shoulder. I mean, wearing a pirate skin and a bird on your shoulder, it's like the perfect combination. And not long after, my prayer's been answered. My first jungle sapling. I love jungle trees. And I think it's gonna be integral to my whole build later on, so I quickly planted it. Probably should have used bone meal at this point, but the thought hadn't crossed my mind. Also found my very first cheetah. It's gonna be good friends with my wolf. They're gonna be BFFs forever. I'm gonna make them a nice house.
Bruh.
Never mind. Well, at least he's gonna be good friends with my mushroom. Yeah. On the lighter side of things, the jungle tree finally grew, which means I could chop it down and then start getting more saplings. Also found my very first panda. Getting him out of this cage was not easy. Found my next chest, and this time we have a mushroom spawn egg. Well, that's basically 1 leather, so, well, not gonna say no to that. I'm gonna need a lot of leather. I farmed some more, and 2 witches popped up. And just like all of the annoying mobs so far, just gonna push them off the ledge. Not long after, my very first bamboo and cocoa beans, which means I have something to feed the panda with, and also free fuel. So I'm gonna, oh man. Okay, this guy's going inside. Nope, you're not destroying my farm. That bothers my OCD, so I decided to just trap him inside. Hopefully he'll survive, unlike that bear earlier. Anyway, day 34, another diamond. I think this is my 4th one. Not too bad. And then... oh no, it's one of those monster parties and they came with Vexes this time. Annoying buggers. Oh, they can go through walls? I didn't know that. Okay. Better watch out a bit here. Oh gosh, that's annoying. I have no idea where he is or where he's gonna pop up from. Oh hey, you know what? Is it just me, or every time he crosses the walls, it seems like he's taking damage? Maybe. See, he sort of glows red when he does that. Or is that just a thing that he does? I think I need food real quick. Oh gosh, 4 health bars. Annoying buggers. Where are you? Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, I got that one. Still a lot more to go. Can't even reach him. Need some food. Fortunately, for some reason, most of the Vexes just they just disappear. If you just ignore them, they just, I don't know, they got off range, despawn. Well, good for me. They weren't gone for long though. A few blocks later, 2 more Vexes. Gosh, I hate these guys. I need a bow and arrow. That would be so helpful. Did those birds just help me? I'm not sure. But then I got cornered. Oh no, these guys hit hard. Oh damn, 2 health bars. I wish I had a bow and arrow. Oh, you know what? I do have bows and arrows. I mean, not a whole lot of them, but I think that should do. Time to get these suckers. 1 down, achievement unlocked. And that's the second one. I did get rewarded for my troubles as I found another diamond. I think that's 3 diamonds in 1 day. Not bad at all, not bad at all. I also got another musical chest, and this time I think I'm gonna put it to good use. I've actually never crafted these things before in Minecraft. A jukebox. And I heard those parrots will dance. So I wanted to give it a try. I did think this was gonna be a jovial experience. Until I plugged the CD in. This was not what I expected. I mean, it started out alright. But the more you look at it, well, have a seat for yourself. Holy crap. that is That is creepy. Not a fan. Not a fan. I think I'm done with that. And back to skyblocking. Another diamond on day 34. What luck. But more importantly, my very first sugarcane. This is pivotal towards the success of the skyblock world, and that mushroom does not belong there. But for now, he might need a bath, so I'll leave him be while I farm my potatoes. I gotta say, it's quite satisfying farming large amounts of crops. I mean, I don't mind. And hey, shout out to any Stardew Valley fans out there. Farming is fun. Well, some more witches, off they go to the void. And finally, vines. I got that from the jungle tree and I decided to decorate my base with some vines. It's gonna look real cool later on. Unlike these folks who keep popping up, they ain't cool. After another chest full of trash, it's finally time for the next phase. And on this benevolent gift, diamonds, bamboo, and 2 jungle saplings, which will further accelerate the growth of my jungle tree farm. And the next phase, red desert, as in Badlands, basically. I do smell danger from the mobs that might pop up though. But more diamonds, always good. And oh, these guys. I don't want the, no, don't run around. They might kill my chickens. No. Look, I'll make a farm for these guys later, but not now. Diamond farming time first. And more garbage, unfortunately. And then finally, my very first villager. Been waiting for you all my life. Finally, he went straight into the little base area down there. Not long after, some more diamonds, but the real highlight. Wait, no, that's not the highlight. But hey, is this a villager in disguise? Seems kind of friendly. Even my birds like him. Do you know what? I don't feel comfortable with him and my one villager there. I mean, those guys are sworn enemies. Anyway, jungle tree is done again, so it's time to chop that down. Put some more vines all around my base. We're gonna make this super green, like a Sky Garden, Skyblock theme build. It'll look good, I promise. You gotta wait through the process. It's the process that makes things look awesome later on. I fixed up my sheep farm a little bit just to make sure they don't run around in the wrong spots. Added gates on both sides. This will make life a lot easier for me. Okay, so far so good. And we have more denizens of the pool. Poolizens. Starting to get a bit smelly in that pool, but behind me, my sugarcane and bamboo farm is growing rapidly. It's time to just farm the tops a bit and start farming sideways some more. I got a new guest in my pool. Mateo. Mr. Mateo. In for a pool party, eh? With the sheep, the cows, and the mushroom. I'll leave him be for now. You know what? I might even join them. Haven't actually had a proper dip in my own pool for a while. Gosh, I bet this is a pretty smelly pool with a Mateo in there. And the parrots, and the sheep, and the cows, and the mushrooms. Anyway, I grabbed some mushrooms too for my trustworthy mushroom, and then I realized that it's a bit of a walk every time I have to go from my skyblock back to the mushroom, grab some food, and then go back to the skyblock, so I decided, why not pull him closer? It's gonna save me a lot of time. And finally, the most important villager. Wait, Walter? One of my favorite characters from a TV show, by the way, and wait, Peter? Oh gosh, this is an epic combo. 2 of my favorite characters from TV shows, all in one boat, ready to make babies. That sounds wrong. Anyway, I led them up to their villager breeding cell, and I decided to put it on the top floor because it's gonna make life a lot easier for later. I'll show you why. It's always good to have them on high levels. I used the bed trick at night because they always run to their beds, and it's probably the easiest way to get them inside that room. Although I can't seem to separate them. I need them on one boat each. Finally, I managed to pull them inside. It's day 37 now, by the way. Progress is looking really good. We've achieved a lot in 37 days so far. Walter and Griffin seems to have some little internal drama going on, so I just left them for a while. Came back. They're still not looking eye to eye. You know what can solve this? A whole lot of food. Before that, we decorated their new home, or, well, breeder. Human breeding, that sounds wrong. But yeah, it looked good. And another fully grown tree has a fully grown, yeah, I ran out of words there, but tree fully grown, enough said. Okay, now it's time to go back to the sheep farm and prove why the diligence in getting all those wool was important. I have 2 entire stacks of wool here. I even have some more actually on my main storage area, but this should be enough for 20 beds, which is plenty for this world. So I quickly placed the beds all around, and now it's time for a potato party. You know what? I'm glad I didn't plant carrots instead, because a carrot party would be... Yeah, you know what? Let's not talk about that. I broke their boats, set them free, and now it's time for my potato gun to just spray everything around. And not long after, the magic of romance fills the room. Walter White and Peter Griffin. Who would have thought? It's Heisenberg himself, folks. Yeah, Google that up if you need to later. But yeah, as long as this villager breeder is working fine, all my next builds will work perfectly. But you know what? First and foremost, there's a few things that I realize here. I mean, baby villager, that's great. Walter White Jr. is in the world now. But there are some issues with this breeding room that I do need to fix. But before that, let me just dump all my potatoes with these folks. It doesn't matter how many you dump. I mean, they'll just keep throwing them around. They won't disappear. So it's all good. It's all good. Now that I'm done with that, I think we should take a quick look at the room. Oh wait, that is a lot of potatoes. And that, folks, is why being diligent with farming is good. So I decided to continue some more. And not just for breeding, mind you. These are going to be useful for other things as well. I'll show you later. But first of all, let's take a nap with everyone else. Just, you know, to get that solidarity going. And I barely woke up and they already started doing their thing. Which is kind of impolite when you have other people in the room. But other than that, I just realized these little babies, they can fit through that wall there. They can fit. So I quickly placed fences wherever I could. I mean, this isn't the most aesthetic way to solve this, but I wanted them to still have some sort of ventilation, so to speak. So this stopgap measure, and as you can see, they're already trying to jump down. As I was doing a quick recap, another jungle tree popped right up. Let's just have a look at the base real quick. Now that I've added a lot of vines to the base, I gotta say, it looks really nice and lush. Super comfy. A place that I would not mind living on. The symmetry, the trees, the pool, and everything in between. But speaking of the pool, these guys, yeah, not too fond of them. Anyway, Golem wanted to give a flower to a villager. Got completely ignored. Poor guy. The population has been increasing steadily, and it will only expand exponentially further on. Okay, I decided to start building my first serious structure. Now I want you to try and make a guess, just based on the shape of the silhouette. This 2x2x2 area here. The pro Minecraft players out there will know straight away. What am I trying to build here? Pause the video and let me know right now. Put the timestamp so that I know that you guessed it before we actually built it. I made a platform underneath because I wanted to build this from down under. And then on the very bottom platform, I did the exact same thing, extended my slabs all the way to that hole. So now you know the silhouette, and then you know that I'm gonna build all the way from down here to up there. Care to make a guess already? Next step, I needed to make things a little bit safer. So I swam down. This is a really dangerous process. I wanted to place slabs down here. I needed to place an extra platform just in case. Took a breath, and then I did the same thing. And suddenly, and quite unfortunately I must say, as I was trying to build this layer down here, I accidentally slipped through the side. Luckily, I managed to catch the stream. Just a little bit more and I would have died. To the void. Not gonna let that happen today. But I am gonna acknowledge that was a pretty close call. I continued with my protections here, added railings at the side, and added chests to the bottom for collection systems. Can you already guess what I'm making? And now it's time to start building upwards. And I'm using expensive materials here, folks. By expensive, I mean super expensive. Ouch, that sort of hurts. Oh my gosh, 3 health bars. And yes, as I was saying, by expensive, I mean really expensive. I mean, check this out. These are all full blocks of wood. No slabs, no slabs. So that was a lot of jungle trees in the making. I started making my side areas for pushing the mobs in, if you haven't already guessed the build that I'm making. And I added trapdoors to all the sides. On top of that, I started building the platforms sideways, again with full jungle blocks. You're gonna understand why later. This is very important for the overall aesthetics. And you know what? I actually built this wrong. It's actually too long on one side. If you can guess right now, give it a pause and let me know which side I screwed up. Anyway, it actually led to some good things. Since I had that extra block somewhere, which by the way is the one on the right side that I fixed just now, I decided I could make parts that protrude and go inside a little bit, and therefore I can make a really unique shape. I even added branches and leaves to the side, therefore making this look like a awesome tree instead of like the ugliest farm in the world. For the top bits, since we won't be seeing this from the bottom, I used slabs, and spruce slabs mind you, because I didn't have much jungle blocks left. I even added jungle leaves on the top, and I made it so that it would imitate the shape of a regular jungle tree. Yep, I went through all that effort. Aesthetics, guys, I love aesthetics. If you guys are a fan of making builds look good, let me know in the comment section below. Just hoping I'm not isolated here. And finally, I finished the center bits, final layer, and that's about it. That's about it. Now it's time to compare this build to an actual jungle tree. So I had a look, and I gotta say, this is working out pretty good. It's time to leave. I climbed down my scaffolding, and it's time to break it. That thing is a sore sight. But this on the other side is a sight for sore eyes. I mean, look at that. It's so lush. And it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb either. I mean, if you know how these, well, it's an XP farm. If you know how these usually look, they go way up in the sky and they look super ugly. But this one, since we built it all the way from the top layer to the bottom, you only see a bit of it, when in fact it actually extends a further like 10 blocks down below. So it's time to test it. Apparently, it's working fine and dandy. I'm getting tons of mobs, XPs, and drops from this farm, as you can see from this chest and this one. And luckily, I got a bow with Unbreaking 3 and Power 3, which is pretty good. And as if my luck wasn't good enough, as I opened my other chest, another bow with Infinity, guys. Infinity and Power 3. I mean, repairing this is gonna be a mess, but, well, not gonna complain. Finally, my next build. It's time for a lot of builds, guys. And I want to be like most of those pro YouTubers, using wool for outlines. It's time to replace the blocks on the outside and start planting. Again, we're gonna stick with the tree theme here. After all, it is a floating sky garden. So I placed 4 saplings here and 1 on the corners, and it's time to bone meal them. And hopefully we get a good looking tree. Boom, let's have a look. Ah, perfect. That actually fits well with what I'm gonna build. Now I wonder if you can guess what I'm gonna build here. There's no way you can guess at this point. There's just no way. Anyway, I started building a hole underneath, being extra careful because I do not want to fall into the void, so instead I went downstairs as usual, built a platform underneath, and will be building from down here. Now we did get a lot of nice blocks, but I'm gonna get some more. Got surprised by an illager. Luckily they're not the variants that actually carry axes. Although I didn't realize it at the time, so I was being extra careful. I mean, they only had their fists, so I could have just taken them straight on, but being in panic mode, I decided to take advantage of the mazy structure of my base and run around and hit them when I have an awesome opportunity for a good swing. I jumped down again, went up the other side, had them running, chasing me, did the same thing again. And the vines, they actually help. They slow down the illagers, as you can see. And quite easily enough, I was able to kill both illagers without much of a hassle at all. And of course, they both dropped emeralds, which will be crucial for later bits. I also got my very first acacia sapling. Time to grow that. And then another monster party popped up. These guys sure like to party. I gotta say though, this one looks quite tame. The whole party, well, they're partying inside without me. And this last guy, not even sure if he was invited to the party. And apparently he'd rather hang out with me. I mean, look at that. No offense at all, but yeah, you're still not invited. Day 52, my third villager, Mr. Yakov. Honestly, didn't have much use for him. Found another crappy chest, but seagrass is kind of nice. And another villager, Angela. Angela Jolie? Yeah, okay, admittedly, I was probably pushing that too far. Anyway, time for sleep. A lot of things to be done on this day. I found a parrot spawn egg and some husks. Easy kill. I also got a carrot, and I decided to keep it in my important chest because it's my only carrot. So you know what? I want more carrots, so I planted it here at the closest spot so that I can easily craft some more. I also used some terracotta just to decorate my area a bit more, and I crafted some glass as well earlier just now, if you saw that. It's time to grind some more XP because we need the loot. I mean, the gunpowder is going to be super useful, as well as the rotten flesh and strings as well for later on. Now there's one thing that we really need to farm. Sugarcane. We're gonna need a lot of paper. So among everything else, this is the most important thing to farm right now. So I crafted some paper, but it wasn't enough. I found the final step of this chest, and this time the loot ain't bad. Cobwebs, emeralds, and well, more acacia. But more importantly, the building blocks for our next farm. I grabbed the glass that I was smelting earlier, and yeah, Angela's on my bed, so I'll sleep on the couch. I mean, we're not that close yet. Anyway, continuing with the build, we're using a sort of I guess, can I say South American sort of themed colors here? Like, it reminds me of like hotels in Mexico, and I think it looks really good. My chickens and turtles agree too. Well, it's a nice sunset. But it ain't the sunset of this video just yet. Gotta build some more. See, the colors look great. It's like an Acapulco pool right here. Added glass blocks on the top just to make sure we don't fall in by accident, or any of our denizens, villagers, and whatnot. Added water on one side leading to this hopper, and signboards on the edge. Now I bet you can guess what farm this is. Comment if you know. Finally, built an unlimited water supply up top because I needed to, well, fill this area with water. And even if you've already guessed what farm I'm building, this is not the conventional way to do it. I mean, you don't have waterfalls or like two sides of platforms for the spawn area. This is just me doing things my way. Even the spawning mechanism is actually a bit different. I like doing things differently. Anyway, it's time to start finding eager villagers to work in that farm. And I found a pretty nifty trick, I must say. If you close these top gates, I can actually boat my way through from the bottom without a problem. And yeah, the rest stay there. And for some reason, I have 5 villagers here. I only plan to have 4. My only guess is either Yakov or Angela probably made it here. But oh well. More paper farming, or sugarcane, but yeah, it's basically paper. And now I gotta wait till nighttime, and apparently some of them are sleeping already, so I can continue with the next part of my build, which is getting the villagers inside the farm. Unfortunately, due to the villagers being able to pathfind to some of the other beds, this ended up being a bit of a mess. But then again, whenever you work with villagers, it's just always a mess, isn't it?
Bruh.
I carefully tried to break the, well, you know, the, yeah, no, I wasn't supposed to hit the villager. And again, he ran to the wrong direction. Anyway, I finally got things to work just right, and all the villagers went inside, went to bed, and now they're gonna be permanently stuck here, not having enough sleep, being overworked and underpaid. Welcome to the real world. I said my good nights one last time, and prepared them for the awful days to come. Sealed off the area, just to make sure that even if they regret taking this job, they don't really have a choice. This sounds pretty cruel, but you know what? Most things in life is pretty cruel. Get used to it. Okay, now for the next bit, because we actually need the villagers to sleep at this point before starting. You can already guess what farm this is, right? Comment if you did. So, I made this one slot down here, and I'm gonna trap a zombie in here. And now it's nighttime, so it's perfect for that. Added block to the side. Ay. I got trapped instead. Oh, and by the way, this piston is what makes the farm work. It's so simple and so cheap to make. I have a tutorial on that, but on my different channel. Anyway, I had to make the place a bit darker so that some zombies will spawn, because I need to find one zombie that is willing to hold a weapon so that it won't despawn, because I don't think I have any name tags just yet. So I emptied, I think, 3 or 4 platforms. Yeah, 3 platforms completely dark to get mobs to spawn, and nothing was spawning. My suspicion was that this XP farm was filling up the mob cap in the chunks. I think that's how it works, right? If anybody knows, let me know. So I broke them all, and now it's time to check on how things went. Okay, they're finally spawning. I see a spider and a skeleton there. Looking good, looking good. Gotta find these zombies. Okay, nothing here. Okay, some zombies. Oh, one of them has a weapon. Oh crap, creepers. No. Gotta run. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them. Oh no, I gotta run down. No. This is not what I expected. I couldn't even sleep. And there's so many of them. Oh god, no, don't explode here. There's nothing under this platform here. You explode, I die. Oh no. Okay, they're shooting each other. That's good. Damn, these guys have enchants too. You know what? I'm gonna retreat. I got a little hole here. Maybe I can just push them off from here. Okay, that worked pretty well. Eat up. Okay, let's go up slowly and let's see how things are going up there. Okay, only 3 left. Oh, and one of them has a sword. That's good. Just gotta kill this one. Okay. Just gotta maneuver a bit. Perfect. That is the zombie that I need. Needless to say, idiotic moment coming up. I wanted to trap the zombie, and I went through all the effort of placing blocks of wood everywhere, trying to trap him. I mean, it could have worked if I was fast enough, but the zombie kept outsmarting me, and then I realized, you know what? I'm being an idiot. I had the tool that I needed right there. And just like that, problem solved. All I did was make a mess out of my base. Bzz. Anyway, now it's daytime. I can't really transport the zombie just yet, so I gotta clear out my base carefully. And I gotta emphasize the carefully bit, because again, not a fan of this thing exploding. It sure is taking its time dying, eh? What? You know what? It's fine. I have protection underneath. I'm okay. But wait! Oh no! No! My carrots! The only carrot that I had, gone. That was kinda sad. And full disclosure, at this point, I thought carrots were the only way to feed pigs, so that got me kinda sad. Apparently you can feed them potatoes. Oh well. Well, I sort of felt like my pool was becoming a bit of a mess, so I went pool cleaning as well as creeper cleaning too. I went back to my zombie farm, and I'm gonna set things up to get the zombie in there. It's nighttime, so it's time to break his boat and just let him follow me around. This new applicant is gonna apply as the role of scaring villagers into producing iron golems. Yep, it's an iron golem farm if you haven't guessed it already. Odd mechanism, eh? Scare villagers to produce iron golems. Sounds like what you might do in one of the less civilized areas, eh? You get one guy to intimidate the others and they build stuff for you. I do not condone that kind of behavior. Anyway, that worked out. Just break this boat, and down he goes. That should work fine. Just gotta seal this off now. A slab on top would do, and hopefully the farm works fine. Let's have a quick look inside. The piston basically sometimes obstructs the view from the zombie to the villagers, which means they occasionally have time to sleep, and therefore iron golems will produce. But we do have one major problem over here that I only realized at this phase, and now that I am approaching the iron golem slowly but surely enough, I realized we don't have any lava yet. No lava, but we'll get there soon enough. But I gotta say, it looks like this golem is not too happy about it. Can I pour some lava on you? No, that's what he said. So I continued my diligent process of farming for paper, went back to the villager breeder, gave more potatoes, and straight away, love is in the air. Love is in the air. I did realize something though, as I was going out and checking on how things are going back in there. I realized this. Wait for it. What happened to my voice? Wait for it, and there we go. That means villager failed to breed, although he finished all the potatoes, because there's not enough beds. Anyway, I thought it was time for a swim. I never actually enjoyed my pool. And I must say, I can't really enjoy it with all these buggers around. I wonder if it's time for them to go. Maybe not now. I set up a little defense perimeter around the monster party spawn area. I'm thinking if anything gets out, they'll get caught in the boats. Those cobwebs up there should also get some mobs stuck. So I continued mining because we're in the... Oh, there we go. First piglins. They're shaking. Oh, is this one they turned into a... Aha! To zombified piglins. Less damaging. Pretty friendly in the overworld actually, but not part of my base. Not part of my base. And not long after, I got my very first ancient debris. Not bad, but that is not what I'm looking for, folks. But I did craft a diamond pickaxe so that I could farm that ancient debris, as well as any obsidian, which is what I found next, that will come my way. I also fed my cows, because soon I'm gonna have to slaughter them. Sounds kinda cruel, but it is what it is. And not long after, I decided my other mushroom outside, my good buddy, needs a better view of the action, so I put him on a boat and moved him forward. I also found my next ancient debris on day 60, and then I went grinding like a madman. Until I can find what I'm looking for, but instead I found what I'm not looking for. Those hoglins can be pretty dangerous because they kinda knock you out of the skies. But this, on the other hand, this rider, it's pretty cute. That is something that I would like to keep. So I took him out of the cage, pushed him into the boat. He's good friends with the mushroom now. No, don't sniff on his butt. No. No, you know what? We're gonna look away. We're gonna look away. Into the sky. Okay, anyway. Next chest. Garbage. Come on, lava. Where are you? Aha! Can you guess what this is? I'll give you a few seconds. Pause now and comment. Make a guess. And if you guessed right, it's a ghast. I never realized they actually look that creepy from the inside. I mean, they sound creepy. Didn't think they would look that creepy. See, it's super convenient to have this mushroom right next to me. Grab food, turn around, farm some more. I noticed the floor was glowing, and surely enough, that was light emitted from the lava bucket. And finally, folks, finally, I can get my iron golem farm functioning. I looked for approval, had a little nod, and now, well, it's time to sacrifice you, buddy. I know that must be painful. It's for the greater good, though. For my greater good. That makes me sound like a narc. But hey, Minecraft. They should have better mechanisms for farming that doesn't involve cruelty. That would be nice. I mean, if you think about it, an armorer or a toolsmith should be able to produce iron? Or maybe a miner profession? That would be a cool idea for the future. Anyway, I was checking on my farm, And it's working fine. Iron golems being sent down, burning into their death. Yeah. Oh well, I'll try and not think about it. I found lily pads and decided to decorate my already jam-packed full with them. This must be the resource pack. These lily pads look really cool. It has some depth to it. But these guys, they look like party poopers. Anyway, more ancient debris. I think we have quite a bit. Hopefully we'll have enough to upgrade our gear, but we'll have to see. Wow, man, day 63 and I'm still in iron armor? That's not good, that's not good. More ancient debris though. Can't say no to that. And here's a quick overview of my map. It's mostly rectangular with some circle elements now. It's looking pretty good. I decided to add magma blocks to all corners because apparently they add damage to mobs, but I was surprised by another monster party. As usual, I move back a bit just to make sure that no trouble happens. And okay, apparently ghasts. They made it out, and I did not realize... Okay, he's stuck now, he's dead. But I did not realize that he can make holes like that. That would have been a drop to doom right there. Well, I'm glad I didn't fall. That would have been a dumb way to end my episode. So I reinforced the undersides. Yeah. Okay, fed my cows again. Now we have quite a good amount. It's time for slaughter soon. And another lava bucket. We have 3 now. Oh, Wither Skeleton Skull. We're gonna try and get as many of these as we can, guys. Spooky, scary skeleton achievement. We also got some new audiences for our farming sessions. The parrot and the pig, along with the mushroom and the strider as well. My entourage is pretty intimidating. And guys, look at this, another Wither Skull. We're gonna get a lot of these, I think. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I also got some Weeping Vines, which I can easily get in the nether, but it's kind of nice to get that easily in another jump scare. Oh, one in the back, one in the back. No good, no good, no good. Hate those guys. Oh, look, he's terrified. Absolutely terrified. Anyway, villager traits. I need this guy to get diamond gear. I need these 2 guys to trade it to emerald. Really good trades there. I need this for mending. I also need this to trade flesh into emeralds as well. And so I go farming on my XP farm because that gives me the string and rotten flesh, which I will be able to use for my trades. I also have a wool farm, which will help for trades as well as the potatoes. So I'm all set for getting a good amount of emeralds. So I started trading like a madman. And I'm gonna shut up for like 3-5 seconds or so because listen to that sound of the XP, I love it. It's beautiful. And what are you doing in a composter? Anyway, time to grab some more paper and potatoes. And you gotta be diligent, folks. If you want to get the farm going and the emeralds rolling in, gotta be diligent. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And by the time I'm done with all this, I go back to the villager trading hall, and I can already upgrade my armor, which will give me my full set of diamond gear. I used the iron from the iron golem farm to level him up, as well as get a good amount of emeralds. And now, he should offer some diamond gear, leggings with protection 2, and boots with feather falling. For a grand total of 34 emeralds, not too bad, so I bought my first pair of boots and my first pair of leggings as well. Advancement made on day 68, cover me with diamonds. Damn, that took a while. That took a while. And this took even longer. I finally have mending. I had to redo their trades at least 120 times or so, if not 150. But, well, finally mending, and now we make our diamond sword, and now we're basically fully covered in diamonds. Finally. I was gonna show off my gear with my diamond sword, but I was holding a wooden stick instead. There we go. That's the correct set. And I guess now it's time to enchant, but before we can do that, we need more paper. Speaking of which, I actually bought a second set of diamond armor, either to repair the first one, or to get a double set of enchants, and maybe I can combine them. And wow, I am totally being bullied here. Yeah, okay, you know what? It's time to slaughter. I mean, I'm against this, animal cruelty, but I do love eating steak. So that makes me a pretty big hypocrite. Sometimes. Well, with that said, here's my chest with all the stuff that I need. Lots of mending, my 2 sets of armor, my 2 bows which I can combine later on. It's all looking pretty good. And now for the exciting part, getting awesome enchants. Hopefully we'll get something good, but first of all we're gonna need an enchanting setup. So enchanting table goes down here, and we'll just put books on the side. And to get things started, the first awesome thing that I got was Silk Touch, which honestly I do not need. I regret taking that. That actually made my life harder. So there was a Protection 4 helmet earlier, and the next one has Unbreaking 3, so if we combine that we have, well, a pretty good helmet. As you can see, Prot 4 with Aqua Affinity, Fire 3, and Unbreaking 3. The Fire will be erased. Now we have Prot 4, Aqua Affinity, and Unbreaking 3. I also have a Respiration book somewhere, so I'll be combining that as well. I'm gonna call this Roger's helmet from that One Piece anime for whatever reason. And there we go. The full version of the helmet. And a bit of a typo there. GG. Okay. Nice leg plates as well. We still need a few more enchants, so let's get back to level 30 quickly. Now that we're there, let's see what kind of luck that we can get. A Fortune 3 axe is actually really good with efficiency as well, because I'm going to be chopping a lot of trees for this build. More farming, and hopefully even more enchants and faster. But instead, here's what happened. Yipes. Oh no. Oh no, I just realized part of the farm broke. No. Now they're gonna be out here. Okay, I need to close that ASAP. Oh man, creepers. Don't explode. Please stay. Okay. I gotta clear them out faster than they spawn. Was that another explosion? Oh crap. Okay, I closed one part down. Gotta be careful. Oh, they're going down, and I have a bit of a hole situation going on down there as well. Okay, I covered a bit of it already. Oh, I gotta be careful. Oh crap, baby zombie. Gotta be careful here. Just gotta close that slab in the back. Okay. Now I can add blocks back here. Great. Okay, just gotta add the slab on top of that hopper, and I'm good. Oh crap! I gotta shift right click again. Come on. Oh, 2 in a row. Okay, finally. And yeah, we're finally safe, and we got awesome boots now. But that could have been a much bigger mess than I thought it would. And you know what? It was raining, and unfortunately, rain kills striders. Damn it. I feel kind of bad. I should have gave him a roof. Oh well, I'm going to bed, because I don't want thunder ruining my base. Right, more farming. Oh, we're up to the next phase. Day 73, not bad. I think we're on track to finish the game on time. I found a skeletal horse, which is great for collection. So I decided to keep it just right there. Farmed some more and I found phantoms, and we actually need them for the membrane. Because I couldn't get them to spawn naturally, even if I didn't sleep for days, which I already tried. So yeah, having some of those membranes are really useful. Finally have a good chest with Protection 4 and Unbreaking 3. And finally it's time to smelt some of our ancient debris. Time to give a lame name for my bow, which is a pretty good bow actually, and 6 AM whatever. That's pretty much the name for the sword, considering that's the time that I recorded this. That was crazy. It was an all-nighter, guys. Anyway, look at that helmet. Looking really good. Respiration, huh? You know what? Let's enjoy respiration. Let me explain my gear while we're underwater with the respiration helmet. We'll see how long it lasts. So, top to bottom, Protection 4, Aqua Affinity, Unbreaking 3, Mending, and Respiration 3. That is a pretty damn good helmet. Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Thorns 2 and Mending on my chest plate, pretty damn good. Leg plates have Protection 4, Unbreaking 3 and Mending, which is pretty maximum as well. And the boots, well, same story, but with feather falling too. Gotta say, getting really lucky with the Protection 4s here. We're pretty strong. Got a nice Silk Touch pickaxe, which is pretty useless. And I also got a nice Fortune 2 pickaxe right here. I forgot to put Mending on it till the end of the episode. Same goes for the bow. I forgot to place Mending on it. The sword is kind of garbage with Sharpness 4, but then again, I'm not going to use my sword too much anyway, so doesn't matter. And after all that's been said and done, Wow, my breath just finished. That's impressive, actually. Wow. And even the damage that I take, it's so minimum. Didn't know respiration was this good. Heck, I'm not even taking damage at all. I mean, I know my food is filling up the bar, but yeah. I sped this up just to see how far it goes. I even took off my helmet, and that's when things started to hurt. So, it's time to climb up. Back to the surface. I ain't no fish. A quick note. My inventory stash outside is a mess and it's starting to drive me nuts. But anyway, I decided to upgrade my most useless tool, my sword, into a netherite sword. Well, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I'd like a full set, but we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. I was on my way to enter the nether. I lit up the portal, and it's time to go in. We do need blaze rods as well as ender pearls, or so I thought. But anyway, I did step inside, but then suddenly anxiety struck. And realizing how messy my base and inventory was, I decided to just go back straight away. But first of all, let's take a quick lapse of the base so far. Those Bowery stepwells from India, they're looking pretty good on the base so far. We only need a few more things to build to make things look awesome, but first of all, some housekeeping. I can't stand those chests behind me, and look at my inventory. This is a mess. Look at that. And that. And all the other chests. It's just, honestly, it's driving me crazy. And although I was really reluctant to use mods, I decided before my head turned into something like this, morphing into a big spiral of anxiety, confusion, and just overall distraught over how messy things are, I decided to fix everything up. And what was apparently before considered garbage, these rabbit hides and string, and of course one iron nugget, I can finally craft the backpack. Yes, I made a backpack, I had to, and I even used config options to add one extra row to this backpack. And finally, without further ado, this bag is a game changer. And I also set up item frames on 2 extra layers of chests, and I spent the next 3 days, which is a grand total of 1+ hours, sorting my inventory. It was boring and I hated it, but the end result is super satisfying. I set up these 2 chests as a little trash disposal, because all I gotta do is break those blocks and off to thin air. And finally, look at that. No more chests outside, folks. Everything is nice and tidy inside. Have a look at that. Everything with an item signifying what is inside. I even put names on them. I just forgot to show them, unfortunately. My anxiety over a messy storage system has finally ended. And you know what else to look at? Well, look right behind me. Because right over there is my home. Finally, after 82 days, I have an actual home. And I want you to have a look at it. Come, join me as I enter this treehouse. Super cozy. Built it on the pillars of a giant jungle tree. The base itself is covered by trees as well, and as we go to the top floor, we've got item frames with all types of trees in it, a nice view of the iron golem farm with a nice sunset going behind it. We also have a view of our pool and our super cool XP farm. More importantly though, we've got an awesome little bathtub here. What a great way to relax and finish a day. Hell yeah. I should probably take my clothes off and my backpack before having a dip next time. Do you know what? I think it's time for our very first proper sleep after 82 days. That is a long, long time. Yeah. And there we go. Gotta say, even though that was just Minecraft sleep, it actually felt really good. And now that I had iron to afford these nice looking lanterns, I decided to start placing them all over my base. I also enlarged my sugarcane farm, because hey, why not? I'll produce a heck of a lot more this way. Now that that is all done, it's time to finally step into the nether for real, and from here on out, things are gonna go pretty fast. As soon as I stepped into the nether, I looked for a big opening and I found one. And you know what this means? It's time to crank up my render distance into something ridiculous. You know what, let's keep it conservative. Maybe 20? 20 should be good. 20 should be good. I looked around, hoping for signs of a... Well, there we go. Signs of a nether fortress. And it's right there, nether bricks sticking out of a wall. Well, that was pretty easy. So you know what? It's time to get on over there ASAP. Side note, this backpack is making me look like Dora. But aside of that, it's time to bridge our way, get closer to that fortress. As I inched my way closer, I finally got inside, found an intersection, turned right, and surely enough, I found a blaze spawner. Therefore, it's time to farm. We're gonna try and get at least 12 of these blaze rods, without getting killed of course, so let's go. "13 blaze rods should be good, and I was lucky enough to actually get another wither skull right here. I even found a few more later along the road. But first of all, we found ourselves our very first bastion. I gotta approach these things carefully. Without wearing gold armor like me, you'd be screwed. So I took care of the small guys as well as those the black brutes, because those guys, they hit like a truck. So I had to make sure that the coast was clear before I actually jumped down to the surf. That chest, it's taunting me. I know there's good loot down there. So I bridged my way down with blocks, took care of any remaining brutes, and I think I should be good. I think that's the last one. Went down, decided to break. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that was a bit of a panic moment right there. I quickly dug a hole. Thank God for efficiency. He couldn't reach me. Well, that was an easy kill. Opening these chests trigger the alarm, so I just decided to just break everything quickly and maybe get to a safe spot and then worry about whatever loot I get later. Ooh, ancient debris, but I couldn't grab that right now. Quickly dug a hole again, just to be safe. Opened my backpack, and we have one netherite ingot in the bag already. That's great. Time to go back outside since it's safe to grab that ancient debris lying down on the floor. That's great. There we go, folks. I also found some, what do you call this? Well, nether wart. Yeah, nether wart. Found some arrows and gold blocks, which is pretty cool. This is another bastion, by the way. Was killing some piglins, and then I did something stupid. I got startled. I thought it was a piglin. Turns out it's one of the zombified ones. You hit one, you mess with the entire nether. It's like the nether version of the NATO Alliance, pretty much. So I panicked and I tried to just dig myself in. Just build a wall, build a wall, build a wall. I tried to do this as quick as possible, but they managed to go through. Bit of a silly panic moment here, to be honest. Very unnecessary. I couldn't stop the flow of the zombified piglins from coming in. So after failing, I decided the best course of action was to probably just run. Took care of a few more zombified piglins, panicked, but still checked the chest first, of course. And then I ran out into the open space and I pillared up. I looked around, big throng chasing me right here, and another angry mob on the far corner. I was scared, gotta say. So I climbed up and I dug some tunnels through the roof. So according to Minecraft Wiki, these guys will actually stop chasing you after a certain amount of time or after you've traveled a certain distance. So after a certain distance and time, went out of my tunnel and found one of the zombified piglins. Raised my shield and sword just to make sure he was cool, and he's cool. In that case, I can continue on my other business, which is going into the warped forest and farming ender pearls. I just realized this is probably the better way compared to bartering gold. I hate bartering gold, so you know what? Let's do it. Gotta say, that was a lot easier than bartering with piglins. Absolutely. 13 ender pearls, and it didn't take me much time at all. Went home, used my netherite ingot to upgrade my helmet since it's probably my best piece of armor so far. I also started brewing my potions of slow falling. Nether wart first, phantom membrane next, and of course, finally, redstone dust to make the potions last just a bit longer. And now for the dumb part. I actually crafted 12 ender eyes. You'll see why this is dumb a bit later on. And since we have the material, let's make one ender chest. Even though I already have my backpack, this is kinda cool. And the next thing on the list, it's time for another party. A monster kind of party. This monster party, however, was kinda tame and cute. It consisted of mostly bees and slime. Nothing much to be worried about here. Or actually, if there were bees this size, I would be terrified. Anyway, we managed to get to the next phase of the skyblock, and finally, we are at phase 9, Desolate Land. A barren land lies before you. But it's time to just fix some gear first. I forgot to put mending on one of my items. So let's just rename it. Notify cat on. Yeah, notification. Misspelled a little bit. Did some farming again, and I screwed up my farm. Yet again. But, well, I fixed it up, patched it up. Went farming again. Got my very first mycelium, which would be cool if we want to build a little mushroom biome here. Did more farming in a panic mode. I was farming with one hand, to be honest, just my right mouse button, and I accidentally threw away my netherite sword. And I'm pretty sure if that charged creeper exploded, I would have lost it. Dumb stuff, dumb stuff. Oh, finally, my very first evoker. Oh, scary stuff. But yeah, I mean, you know what this means. I mean, other than the Vexes being super annoying, I mean, I'll take the annoyingness for now. Because you kill one of these guys and you get yourself your very first totem of undying, which is going to be crucial for a lot of things. And it'll prove to be crucial, trust me. And yeah, I wanted to show it off. Even though the Vexes were still around. Had to show it off. Finally, holding a totem of undying. Don't care about these buggers, I'm just gonna shoot them down. There we go, good aim. That was after like 10 takes, of course. I found a zombie head and decided to place it somewhere here. And you know what? This reminds me of my zombie apocalypse episode. We'll do one of those again later. Stay tuned, stay subscribed. It's a pretty epic 4-part series, you should watch it. Anyway, more sky blocking and more parties. Gotta love those parties. And I believe this one should contain evokers. And I had to do a quick command, tswap toggle, because I'm using this mod called tswap that automatically changes your tools based on what you're doing, such as if you're trying to kill a mob, mine a block, or shovel some dirt. Just makes a life block a lot easier. But when it comes to combat, it gets really annoying when it switches items that you don't want it to. And anyway, I got another totem of undying. Got 2 total now. That's not bad at all. Handled some more Vexes. And I think there's still something down there. Is there? Aha, yeah. 2 more totems of undying, folks. I now have a grand total of 4. More than I will ever need. Unless I slip and fall. If I fall to the void, I die anyway. Anyway, those sea pickles we got earlier, it's time to decorate the ocean floor. They emit light when they're underwater, so it actually looks pretty cool. But you know what doesn't look pretty cool? All these mobs down here, and even Angela there. I feel kind of bad, but I'm sorry, Angela. I'm sorry, Mateo. Sorry, sheep. Sorry, cow. But yeah, this is supposed to be a fish farm. And now we're back to the main purpose of this pool. And it looks really good now. Without all the swimming party in there. Time for some more sky blocking. And I'm really hoping we get to the next phase ASAP. Surely enough, there we go. The final one, 100 seconds. That also means we can get to the end pretty soon. Not long after, another monster party, and this time, Enderman. And you know what? This is why I sort of regret farming for so many Endermans earlier. Because we're getting so many Ender Pearls here. I should have wasted so much time in the nether grabbing those ender pearls. Especially once you see what happens at the end of this, guys. But anyway, let's just dispatch of these endermans and endermites. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, that was a sudden scare. I quickly tried to rectify the situation by placing blocks on top of me since I heard they couldn't hit you under blocks. That kind of worked pretty well. Not bad. Now, we just gotta take care of the shulkers. Or shulker, there's only one. But one is enough to screw you up if it sends you floating up. And there were some remaining endermans at the back of my base. And finally, on day 95, the end is near. The wait is over. I gotta say, I love these effects. That little dark cloud surrounding you for a while. Yeah, folks, it's over. We can remove all these fences now. It's been long, long days. So on day 96, I decided to take a quick rest. Because after we enter the end, it's a point of no return. Live or die, and no more rest. So I took a quick nap on my base. Now, it's time to head back down. And by the way, I moved my horses to the stables up here. And now it's time to get real. I went on top of the end portal and I realized that 75% of the ender eyes have been filled, so I only need 4. You know what? I didn't even need to farm at the nether at all. I have like 10 eyes of ender that I don't know what I need to do with. Oh well. Oh well. You know what? Ender dragon time. So I kind of spawned on a little platform that wasn't attached to anything, so I had to just bridge my way through a bit here. Time to take care of the beacons, and I gotta say my aim today was abysmal. And the fact that I have a flame enchant on my arrow pretty much shows every time I make a miss. I don't know, I normally use the Quake Pro FOV when I do this, but this time I'm using 90 as my field of view, and it seemed to have interfered with my usual accuracy. Excuses, excuses, excuses. And the same applies for aiming for the Ender Dragon. I was really bad at that. And as I was recording this, I did not realize that hitting the head actually causes way more damage. But hey, live and learn, live and learn. Maybe you might learn a thing or two from this video. Yeah, but mostly I'll probably learn from the comments. That's what usually happens. I of course already chugged my potion of slow falling in case something stupid happens. The dragon was on its way down, and it's time to get in some more hits. So I ran quickly over there. Got some few good hits in. Not too much damage. Again, I should have faced the head. But good enough. He's almost dead pretty soon. Pretty soon. A few more hits, but I got flung away. Decided to pick up my ender pearl and throw it down to the ground just to try and get a few more hits earlier. But instead, he flew away. Unfortunately. Took a few more aerial hits and he was almost dead. He or she, not sure. But it's coming down. And it's done. Yay. Day 96. You know why we're doing this on day 96? Because there's still a lot more things that I want to do. And we're gonna try and cramp everything up into these last few days. I'm gonna do that. First and foremost, I'm gonna do a little trick that a lot of YouTubers do. And I don't know why, but every time I complete this fight, I'm always at 69 levels. Don't know why. Magic number, of course. Anyway, I quickly used the torch, broke the block under the egg, and I grabbed it. Achievement done. I can't read the achievement, but it's done. Anyway, next part of the plan, folks. I dug a little hole under the bedrock area of this portal. Right. So I believe this is how I was supposed to do things, and the wither should get stuck, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna wait here and just watch him die. Yeah. One health bar left and one totem of undying gone. Okay, that just pretty much shows you how much of a noob I actually am on Minecraft. I did not realize that withers explode on their early phase. Live and learn, now you know, now you know. So I threw some good potions my way, because it looks like this is gonna be a fight right here. And yeah, I was hoping he would get stuck, but instead he managed to dig his way out, and this was an utter nightmare. And I even forgot to wear my helmet. And my helmet was pretty much the best part of my gear. And worst of all, I took the Wither down to like nearly half health several times, only to have him regen all the way up. Now the problem with doing this in the end is that the Wither has so many targets that he actually just goes all around the map. I'm having a hard time chasing him and keeping his health down. Got him back to health, and just like that, he would probably regen all the way up again. Well, maybe not this time. Maybe not this time, because he actually decided to stay grounded. So I tried to chase him as fast as I could. I even used an Ender Pearl once or twice just to get close. Well, as you can see, I'm struggling. I'm trying to hit the projectiles that he's throwing at me. Instead, I hit an Enderman, which makes life even more difficult. So here I am throwing an Ender Pearl just to get close to him, just to make sure he doesn't get to that first phase again where he's flying around. At least I can chase him better when he's grounded like this. But this dude's just flying all over the place. This is difficult. I tried to chase him. Well, I mean, I really tried, honestly. He went real far until finally at one point, not this point, but at one point, he decided to just chill for a moment. I mean, looking at how this guy behaves, he needs to chill, man. 3 heads, throwing bombs all around. Come on, man. Relax, relax. All right, just sit there for a few moments, please. No, not keen. No, he's not. Okay, he came back. He came back. Oh, yeah. I can probably take a few good swings now. Okay, okay, okay. That's good damage. That's good damage. Gotta chase him. Gotta chase him. I'm running low on food, by the way, on the good ones. Okay, okay. That's a few good hits. Ah. You know what? I should have had a smite enchant ready. I heard it was better for these fights. But anyway, I'm still chasing him around like a blundering idiot. It's not working well for me. Maybe this is my chance. Okay, I think he's staying. He's staying. No, he's moving again. No, come on, man. Just let me have a few hits in. Just hold still. Hold still. Okay, stay where you are. Just give me 2 more hits. 2 more hits. 1 more. Ah. There we go. That was annoying. That was my first time fighting the Wither in the end, by the way. Not the best plan. Not the best plan. And of course, folks, the all-important Nether Star. I couldn't find it. I couldn't. I was looking around and I actually dug blocks. Maybe it went underground. Dumbest thing ever, of course. Of course, the smartest thing to do would be to do the simple stuff. Like check your backpack. And there it is. Nether Star. Yay. Finally. I need to stop being dumb. Anyway, Ender Eye, to the portal that leads you to the outskirts, the outer islands they call it, right? And I set my render distance to an amount that'll probably burn my house. Luckily, it quickly paid off. As an added bonus, my PC and my house is safe. I quickly used Ender Pearls to hop between islands, but this other island was a bit too far, so I bridged my way through until I was at a safe distance, and I gave it a try. Hopefully this lands on that island. And so it did. I'm here. Just a few more islands to cross, and for this one, I decided to just bridge my way across. I mean, all the way across. I mean, I have a lot of blocks anyway. It was a stupidly long bridge, but I suppose that's the way things work here in the end. I'm not too used to this, guys. It's probably my 3rd trip grabbing an elytra. Minecraft noob right here. There you go. I just labeled myself. Anyway, it was worth it because I'm here already. The end city is right there, well within reach. So I found a chest next to an ender chest. It had some pretty good loot. 5 diamonds, not gonna say no to that, not gonna say no to that. Got high up, and I used an ender pearl to just get straight to that boat. I want my elytra, and I want it now. I went inside, got greeted by the usual shulker, which made things really annoying because, like I said, I want that elytra now, like right now. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait till that floating effect wears off. It still kept me hanging, literally, until it finally wore off, and finally, sky's the limit. I got my elytra. And I googled up whether or not it was actually safe to fly all the way to the center, since I do have my fireworks with me. Surely enough, I saw land. I made it in one piece without my wings breaking. Now I do have one last little surprise for you folks, because somewhere along the way we actually got, well, more wither skulls. And we're gonna do this one more time. And this time I actually googled it up how to do it properly. So apparently you gotta place these obsidian blocks in a T shape like this, as well as the soul sand, and you actually place the heads sideways. I did not know that you could do that. So I spawned them, and this time I had like a 1 extra IQ, so I moved a little bit further away. I'm not gonna lose another totem of undying out of my lack of brain power. And you know what? It looks like it's working this time. Hell yeah! So what's it gonna be? Are we just gonna watch? I decided to just approach carefully. I mean, I don't know if I'll still get hit by the projectiles and whatnot, but it seems pretty safe. Pretty safe. So you know what? Let's just watch. That's a whole lot more relaxing compared to the first fight. Yeah. I mean, why not, right? Why not? And there we go. That's gonna be my second nether star. It's gonna be awesome for the base, folks. It's gonna be awesome. Quickly went upstairs and, well, headed back to the portal. It's time to go home. It's time to go home. Spawned in my bed. Middle of the night. I was super tired, so a quick nap, well deserved. I grabbed the materials for my beacons, but apparently it wasn't enough. I mean, not even nearly enough. Before I grab more blocks, let's get mending on my elytra. On top of that, my bow. I forgot to put mending on my bow. Kinda dumb. But yeah, you know what? This is the first time I got to see my base from the skies. And I love how it looks. Absolutely love it. Wow. It actually looks way better from up top. Pretty aesthetic if you ask me, but let's get more into that a bit later. Just want to fly around for now and have fun. Damn, that was a lot of work. Satisfying for sure. You know what? Let's do a crazy dive down into the pool. I'm probably gonna lose another totem of undying here, but whatever, I got one more. Oh. That was a good landing. Right then. It's time to get those beacons done. And okay, you know what? I know it's day 98, but let's not count the next few days. I built a safe AFK room out of obsidian and stayed here for pretty much
1 eternity later.
Yeah, that was a very long time. But yeah, look, I got all my iron blocks. And you know what? I'm not gonna count that to the day counter because I pretty much AFK'd. So I had to dig up a hole underneath my main storage area because I couldn't fit the beacons in from up top, otherwise it would take too much space and look hella ugly. So at the expense of making my lower floor look kinda ugly, I think it's a worthwhile sacrifice. But after I completed it, it actually looked pretty much okay. I mean, iron ceilings, it's not too bad. It's like an office space. I also decorated the edges of the pyramid. Yeah, is that a pyramid? Yeah, of the beacon blocks, whatever. Anyway, I got the achievements. Beaconator and bring home the beacon, finally. On this side, I'm gonna give it a red tone. And for this other one, I was gonna do red, but then I decided to do a different color, maybe blue. Looks like police lights. Anyway. Woo! Day 100, we're all done. I decided to move my stables all the way up to the top. I want to make cooler stuff here, to be honest, but we'll figure that out later. And it's so nice to have elytra. I can jump down without breaking any of my farms. Let's have a look at the base, guys. Damn, that was a long video. A lot of effort too. I actually really like how the base turned out in the end. No circles, folks. Mostly no circles. It's mainly comprised of squares. We really spent the time to think out of the box and avoid the norm of the circular shapes of skyblock worlds. I mean, it's a skyblock. It should be blocks, right? Well, not really, but I'm just saying that this kind of works, and I like it. You know what? I want to ask you guys, which part of this build did you actually like the most? Was it the iron golem farm that looks like a villa with Spanish colors? Oh, and look at these villagers napping. No good, no good. Get back to work. There we go. There we go. Oh, and when it comes to my iron golem farm build, I really like the fact that that zombie gets smacked 24/7. Poor guy, he deserves it. Or do you like my treehouse? Certainly one of my favorite bits. If you like this one, let me know in the comments section. Let me know which one is the favorite, folks. And of course, there's still 2 more things that pretty much go for candidate. One of them is the XP farm, which looks super awesome. It looks like a giant jungle tree, and it works really well too. I mean, maybe using stone blocks at the bottom to avoid explosions from creepers would have been good, but well, I went for aesthetics. I know it backfired, but okay. Storage system, would that be your favorite part? Nah, I mean, there's better storage systems out there, I know. I'm gonna work on that. Or was it my cow? But you know what? I think the overall build in itself was actually pretty awesome because our goal to recreate the Bowery stepwell from Jaipur, India worked out pretty well. I mean, have a look. If we zoom in real close and just pay attention to the lines, the silhouettes, the stairs, the symmetry, I mean, we got it. We really converted the design language of those stepwells into the SKYBLOCK build. And of course, let's not ignore the main star of the show, IJA Minecraft's 1-block SKYBLOCK. That was a whole lot of fun. What a unique way to play Minecraft. And with that said, folks, if you've actually watched this far on a brand new channel with pretty much no subscribers, I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. With the time that it took to make this, and the thought that probably only 3 or 4 people will actually view it, the fact that you're seeing this means the world to me. Leaving a like, a comment, saying hi, man, that would feel so good. And if you actually come back for some more videos, you know what? Maybe I could actually become a YouTuber. But anyway, once again, folks, thank you so much. And I hope I'll see you guys at the next episode. You fine folks, have a great day, and yeah, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.